Did you know scientists uncovered a prehistoric monster with 4 legs that could outswim a great white shark and then chase you onto land? That's just the beginning. Tonight, you'll meet creatures so strange, so terrifying, that they make T-Rex look like a kitten. Welcome to the hidden evolution of monsters you never knew about. Our story begins not in the ocean, but in the swamps and rivers of 50 million years ago. Imagine you're wading waist-deep in a prehistoric river, and suddenly the water ripples. Out of the shadows surges a beast nearly 12 feet long, with jaws like a crocodile and legs like a wolf. This is Ambulocetus natans, the walking whale. Unlike modern whales, which are completely bound to the ocean, Ambulocetus could move seamlessly between water and land. It had webbed feet for powerful swimming strokes, yet sturdy legs that allowed it to crawl onto shore in pursuit of prey. That meant nowhere was safe. Not the water, not the riverbanks, not even dry ground. Scientists believe it hunted much like a modern crocodile, wading just beneath the surface, then lunging forward with terrifying speed. But unlike crocodiles, if its prey tried to escape onto land, Ambulocetus followed. As paleontologist Dr. Philip Gingerich explains, this is the missing link that rewrote whale evolution. Ambulocetus could hunt in water and on land. No other predator could do that. Think about that. Whales, the giants we know today, once had ancestors that walked, crawled, and hunted on land. Evolution didn't erase this chapter. It buried it until we dug it back up. If creatures like this still lived today, beaches and riverbanks would be off limits. Nobody would dare swim in lakes or rivers, knowing that a semi-aquatic wolf-whale hybrid could be lurking beneath the surface. But as terrifying as the walking whale was, evolution wasn't done experimenting, because the next monster didn't just stalk rivers, it was big enough to swallow a school bus. 58 million years ago, in the steaming jungles of what is now Colombia, an apex predator slithered silently through the shadows. Its name, Titanoboa ceruginoensis. This snake stretched more than 50 feet in length and weighed over a ton. To put that into perspective, that's longer than a city bus and heavier than a grizzly bear. Unlike venomous snakes of today, Titanoboa didn't need toxins. It relied on pure muscle. With every coil, it could generate enough crushing force to snap the bones of giant crocodiles like twigs. Yes, you heard that right. 20-foot crocodiles were on Titanoboa's menu. Imagine the apex predators of today trembling at the sight of something bigger, stronger, and utterly unstoppable. Dr. Jason Head of Cambridge University put it simply, even the largest crocodiles of the time were terrified of Titanoboa. It was the apex predator of apex predators. Here's the chilling twist. Titanoboa only existed because Earth was much hotter back then. Snakes are cold-blooded, and their size is directly tied to temperature. The warmer it is, the bigger they can grow. If our planet keeps heating up due to climate change, could history repeat itself? Could we one day see snakes growing beyond anything we thought possible? Would you dare swim in prehistoric rivers knowing this monster could be waiting? Comment snake if you'd never set foot in the water again. But Titanoboa wasn't the only nightmare evolution unleashed, because the next creature didn't just dominate rivers, it turned shallow waters, and maybe even your backyard pool, into a death trap. Now picture this. You're swimming in what feels like a calm lake. The water is still, the surface is quiet, but beneath a shadow the size of a canoe stirs. Rising from the riverbed is Jaekelopterus reniniae, a freshwater sea scorpion that grew over 8 feet long. Unlike the tiny scorpions you know today, Jaekelopterus had massive claws strong enough to crack open turtle shells and a stinger sharp enough to pierce through bone. Its armored body made it nearly invincible in its watery world, and its speed meant nothing in the water was safe. Dr. Simon Brady of the University of Bristol calls it the largest arthropod ever discovered. It made freshwater more dangerous than the open ocean. Think about that. The ocean already had sharks, mosasaurs, and other prehistoric giants, but rivers and lakes had their own nightmare waiting for anything foolish enough to enter. Imagine every pool, pond, and lake in your neighborhood crawling with creatures like this. Summers would look a lot different if every swim risked an 8-foot scorpion rising from below. Hit the like button if this gave you chills. And just when you think the water was the only danger, evolution unleashed a terror from the skies. Quick question. Which of these prehistoric monsters would you least want to meet? The walking whale, the bus-eating snake, or the pool-sized scorpion? Comment below. I'll heart the most creative answers. Look up. The skies weren't safe either. Meet Quetzalcoatlus northropi, the largest flying creature ever to exist. With a wingspan wider than a fighter jet, nearly 40 feet, it wasn't just the size of a plane. Standing upright, it was taller than a giraffe. But here's the terrifying part. It didn't just soar above oceans catching fish. Recent research suggests it stalked prey on the ground. Picture a giraffe-sized predator swooping down, folding its massive wings and chasing prey across open plains. Dr. Mark Whitten from the University of Portsmouth explains, Quetzalcoatlus was a giraffe-sized predator that could spot prey from the air, land, and hunt on foot. Now imagine these things circling above a modern city. Their shadows would blot out the sun. They could pluck people straight from rooftops or chase you down streets like a winged nightmare. And if you thought flying monsters were terrifying, evolution's weirdest experiment wasn't about claws or wings. It was about teeth. For decades, one of the strangest discoveries in paleontology was a pair of enormous claws, over 8 feet long, dug up in the Gobi Desert. Scientists named the creature Dinosaurs mirificus, meaning unusual, terrible hand, and assumed it was a deadly predator. But when the full skeleton was finally uncovered, the truth shocked everyone. Far from a killer, Dinosaurs was a gentle giant. With a duck-like bill, a humped back, and shaggy feathers, it was more bizarre than terrifying. Instead of hunting flesh, it dined on plants and fish, using its long arms to rake through wetlands. Dr. Yong-Nam Lee explains, "We got Dinosaurs completely wrong for decades. Its discovery proves how much we still have to learn about prehistoric life. It's a reminder that not every monster was built for fear. Some were misunderstood, gentle giants hidden beneath terrifying appearances. So here's the question. Which monster would you want as a pet? Tell me below. I'll feature the best answers in the next video." From walking whales to bus-sized snakes, from scorpion tanks to sky terrors, these monsters prove evolution's wildest experiments happened millions of years ago. But here's the kicker. Scientists are still uncovering new prehistoric giants every month. If these creatures fascinated you, you need to see my next video on the animals scientists are trying to bring back to life. We're building a community of discovery seekers, so hit subscribe and let's uncover the next big mystery together. And remember, for every monster we've found, there are thousands more still buried in rock, waiting to rewrite everything we thought we knew about life on Earth. Join our journey to 1,000 subscribers. Which prehistoric creature should I cover next? Your comments decide.